Hey there everybody, Popontop here. Welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods. In today's mod, we have a weapon overhaul here. We're going to overhaul the flare gun, which is good because that shit's useless. So now we got the flare gun overhaul here. So currently, I just gave myself a flare gun, which is currently now called the utility gun. It's a tactical utility gun. As you see now, it's shooting the .45 ammo. It's shooting a low fire rate still, but like really good range and stuff. And you know, decent amount of damage, I guess, for .45. You shoot one shot, you reload it. But this mod comes with all kinds of conversions and stuff, not just, oh, I shoot 45 bullets now, right? So let's take it to the weapon workbench and take a look at what we can do here. Obviously, more powerful receiver, right? You could put a suppressed barrel on there, so you can make it suppressed if that's what you're into, which, you know, I think I am. You do lose like a lot of range off of that. But you can change it too, so we got pistol chamber. So you could switch between all kinds of pistol bullets, right? So you gotta craft ammo switches at the chemistry station, which I'll show you in a little bit. But then you can switch between all different types of pistol ammo if you have the pistol chamber on there. You can also make it a rifle. You can also make it smooth bore, which is shotgun and flare stuff, right? So it says it has a reflex sight on there. Was there a reflex? And recon scopes and short scopes, so you could snipe with it, obviously, if you wanted to. And then you could change the ammunition between the different types in here as well, right? So there's all different kinds too. It's not just your basic stuff. Sure, it suits the .45 in terms of the ammo you pick up off the ground, but you can do incendiary tracer versions of that ammo, ball versions of that ammo, overpressure rounds, right? Improved damage. Those used to be like the rounds that like cost more durability, like in Fallout New Vegas and stuff. But you can also shoot the 4570, which is weird. I didn't know the 4570 was a pistol round, but like frag versions of that, overpressure radium balls. 44 Magnum radium rounds, plasma 44 Magnum rounds, right? 44 Magnum balls, armor piercing and stuff, like different levels of damage for the different types of rounds and stuff. But you can also, so if I went into the rifle here, and then this currently has no ammo, you can use 308 and armor piercing, ball, incendiary tracer, radium, subsonic, increased damage and sneak attack damage, 762, right from the Nuke World DLC. Subsonic, same thing, radium, incendiary tracers, armor piercing, a lot of similar types here. There's only the two here, but still like a lot of choices here. So if we put like subsonic 308 rounds, and we technically would want like a suppressed barrel on that because we're trying to, it does increase sneaky damage. Little silenced one-shot pistol, right? And we can switch between ammo types on the fly here. So if we go, I believe it's aid. As you see here, they're AS utilities. So because we're on rifle, we need to switch to a rifle type. So if I want to switch to 762 armor piercing, I just use that, and then I don't have any, I have to reload a bullet. There you go. And then I can shoot the 762 armor piercing bullets now. I believe that used it though, didn't it? Use that? Did it disappear? No, it reappeared when I reopened the inventory. Okay. So like obviously you have all of these, right? And you craft these at the chemistry station. I suppose we'll show this off before we get too much more into the different types of ammo you can shoot. They all have different types. So you don't have to craft the ones you don't want to switch to, right? So if you're never going to use like the 44 plasma rounds, you just don't have to craft that. You can switch between them on the fly though, depending on which ones you craft. And you can craft all the different variants of all the different things you can shoot here. So I think one of the more interesting ones though, for me anyway, because I'm a big fan of shotguns anyway, is the smoothbore chamber though, because we do have different shotgun types, right? So we have the flare. You can shoot flares still, if you want to shoot flares, right? But you can do armor piercing shotgun shells, buckshot, cap shot, dragon's breath fire shotgun shells, fragmentation shotgun shells, nuke shotgun shells, pulse shotgun shells, exceptional damage to robots. Timed explosive is interesting too. So I mean, obviously we got to show some of these off because this is the big crazy shit of this one. So we have nuke. This is still shooting shotgun shells too. So this is an important thing in terms of like gameplay balance, is that we're shooting shotgun shells in terms of ammo cost and ammo weight, right? For like survival mode and stuff like that. But it's still shooting a nuclear. It's supposed to be nuke. It's not that big. I thought it was gonna be much bigger than that. It does. I bet it does like a ton of damage. But I was expecting like a mini nuke explosion. It's still cool, right? Like it's essentially like a handheld one-shot grenade launcher, like a miniature. It's suppressed. That's crazy. Suppressed grenade launcher, sneak attack critical. But I also want the timed explosive just to see the delay on that. Like I think that's that'd be an interesting mechanic and stuff too, right? So like you just like okay, so it shoots a grenade essentially, like a fragmentation grenade because it bounces and stuff too. It'd be hard to like show that off. Oh, I gotta reload it. It didn't auto reload that time. But as you see, it does bounce along. It's going way over there. That's kind of interesting. Like you could shoot bounce grenades, right? Like essentially you're shooting fragmentation grenades for the cost of shotgun shells, though. So there's all kinds of cool stuff you could do here. Obviously, Dragon's Breath is going to be pretty cool, lighting things on fire. The cap shot, causing enemies to potentially flee, is interesting. Like I said, you can switch between all these on the fly. So I think we're going to leave it on as long as you're in the right chamber, right? So if we keep the smoothbore chamber, we can switch between that. I think shooting rifle ammunition and pistol ammunition is cool because that's just a huge amount of customization, and it's like a tiny mod, right? It's just very little cost here to essentially make the flare gun actually like a functional weapon, because you just make it whatever you want it to be. You want it to be like a super powerful one-shot pistol. You want it to be a super powerful one-shot rifle, type sniper rifle. You can put a scope on there. You can put the 308 ammo in there, like armor-piercing bullets, whatever you want. Or the subsonic to be super stealthy, right? But you can put the smoothbore on there, and I think that's the more interesting type for me anyway, with the different shotgun ammos that explode out, or like, you know, like the frag rounds, the fire rounds, the coin shot. I think you got a lot more cool variety of choice here, right? Obviously, you do need gun nut of variety different for all these things, but it's still suppressed, right? Because you could do that. You could do all these different sights and stuff on here, right? Like you still put a short scope on there and like shoot some long range fat shots with like a nuke round or something, if that's what you wanted to do. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this out in some combat. It's currently doing 425 with a timed explosive. That's a lot. We're gonna test out a lot of these different things in the shotgun category, because obviously we'd have to go back to a weapon workbench to switch categories. Like I said, this one's the more interesting to me. So we're gonna test out all these different types of ammunition in like a combat scenario, and I will see you guys when we get there. Alright everybody, I am here at my Zombies Arena arcade mode. This is where I usually go test weapons. Let's go the Satellite Station Olivia, because why not? I mean, right? I'm trying to test out different ammunition types. Let's just spawn in some raiders, maybe something that won't rush me, because we currently still have the timed explosive rounds on, because I still think that's one of the more interesting ones. Is somebody shooting at me? Over here? Fast shots is not good, but we can just shoot that in there. Is that going to blow them up? It did. That's pretty cool. Right? Like, it's just like a shoot a grenade around a corner and forget about it type of thing. Out of a flare gun, which is, it's suppressed. That's like the big thing too. It's a suppressed grenade launcher, which is crazy. Is somebody back in here? I wonder if I could, like, you can do some trick shots with this kind of thing if you can get the bounce right. I don't know how good the bounce is, like how to expect it. But if you do like something like that, almost. Like they're in here somewhere. They might be further, they're actually further back. Never mind. Like I thought the angle was just, oh no, I didn't reload. Sometimes that's weird though. It's like it's not reloading automatically. That should get them though. Yeah. So what we can do here now is we just go into the menu though. We got all different kinds of shotgun things. We can go, we got the timed explosives, right? We can switch to a slug. I don't think a slug is that interesting of a round. We can go back to those nuke rounds. We'll just use that real quick. Switch to nuke rounds, make sure we reload it. We'll hit somebody with a nuke without hopefully killing ourselves. Look, we got 5 shotgun shells back. Like that's how crazy that is. We got 5 nuke shotgun shells, essentially, if we wanted to have this as a nuclear thing. Nobody down in here? But yeah, so that I think that makes it the flare gun, or now the utility gun, much more functionally useful and really cool and fun to use, right? Like this, because there's a wide variety of stuff, and I really appreciate ammo switching on the fly. That man just got nuked. Like literally, I mean, it's a nuke round, right? It's a nuke shotgun shell that just shot at him. Anybody else up in here? There's somebody in here. Just trying not to blow myself up, but obviously we're going around one-shotting people because they're nuke shotgun shells. Let's do something different here. We can do the Dragon's Breath. I think lighting people on fire is always a good time. So let's load a fire shotgun shell in here. Switch the ammunition. Should be man in here. Super duper dead. Didn't really catch on fire as well as I wanted him to. We'll go another little wave here, because why not? I got infinite waves, so I would technically will keep respawning. I don't like messing with it too long though. Most of the time you get the idea of a weapon across, but with this one we have so much variety. Obviously we haven't even shown off like regular shotgun shells really. Dragon's Breath is about as weird as, or normal as we've gotten here. Okay, another wave is starting. We'll shoot. I mean, we shot at somebody with the Dragon's Breath. Let's do the cap shot. I think that's interesting. We're shooting caps at people. Let me reload real quick, bud. Can cause enemies to flee. I mean, it's not going to cause enemies to flee because we're actually just doing a crazy amount of damage. Let's take a look at it here. 122. I mean, that's like regular shotgun damage, I guess, but these are low-level raiders, I guess. I don't know if the arena arcade mode spawns in based on my level, so I think they're just regular raiders. And I mean, that's a decent range for a shotgun too. Like, it's not, it hasn't lost a lot. It still has 100 range from being a suppressed version of the pistol, like in terms of the statistics and stuff. So very good for a shotgun, right? Especially ammo types though. We got buckshot. I guess that's regular. Dragon's breath. Anything? Frag rounds. I guess we did nuke rounds, but not frag rounds. I'm not sure if the difference is that high. It's gonna explode when it hits the man or lady. Yeah, that's pretty much the same as nuke rounds. That's the disappointing thing, I guess, about nuke rounds. Don't you? I mean, the dude's dead already. Like this is extremely fun to use now. And it didn't even hit me, right? We're so good. I'm constantly framing this. But yeah, I think you guys get the idea. Obviously, that's just the shotgun category. Like I said, most interesting because it's got a lot of cool explodey things, and I like making things go boom. But you can use it like a rifle or a pistol and just use pistol caliber ammunition and still like sneak around with a suppressor, subsonic 7.62 or 308, sneaky, perfectly silent, stealth, sneak attack, damage shots if that's the way you want to use it on an extremely light gun too. Don't forget that the 2.9 weight on the utility gun here, this is with shooting shotgun shells, is fairly light, right? Like there's all kind of, you can use like really light .44 or .45 ammunition and stuff and still do like lots of damage with like advanced receivers and stuff on there, and you can switch between them on the fly. It's just essentially made the flare gun, like I said, now the utility gun, a lot more fun to use. And it's like a tiny mod. It's like 3 megabytes. It's just something you should have installed. I think it fits the Fallout theme of like crafting and customization to make the weapons you want to make. And, you know, the requirements are high to make some of the most powerful stuff, and that's fair. But by the end game, you can make this utility gun just something you keep in your inventory in case, like, hey, yo, I need to shoot a shotgun shell that's actually a nuclear missile bomb thing, right? Or like timed frags just to do some cool bounce shots. I was having so much fun with that. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely something I think you guys should check out. It's a good mod. There's nothing. I have no complaints about it at all. The flare gun is now good. It's just better. It's just more fun to use with a wide variety of stuff to use with it. So if you guys want to check out this mod for yourselves, make sure to check out the top link in the description. There'll be a link there to the Bethesda.net page so you can download this mod for yourselves there, as well as the Nexus mod page so you can download it for PC. If you guys have enjoyed the video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, dislike the video, that's okay too. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. That way you can check out more videos from me. And pretty much other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day, or whatever time it may be, and I will see you in the next episode.